Welcome back. Rental property as an asset class. I am Walter Murrow, the multifamily mentor, and I want to go into detail on why I believe property as an asset class is one of the best. But before I go into why it's the best, let me just explain what it is. Property is an asset class which tends to split the investing community. Some investors love investing in property and access the asset class through various different means. Other investors issue property altogether and focus on equities and bonds. A common criticism thrown at bricks and mortar is that many investors already feel overexposed to property. Why? Because they usually spend far more money than they wanted on a single property, the home they own. Personally, I argue that a property shouldn't be counted as part of your investment portfolio, especially if it's your personal property. It's not really an investment. However, those who keep an eager tab on the valuation of their actual house, it may feel a little bit too much to begin adding more property investments into a retirement pot as well. I sympathize with that view. I totally get it. To a younger investor, the opposite might apply. If you're planning on saving for a house for a long period of time, maybe 5+ years, then adding property to your portfolio could act as a useful hedge against housing prices racing upwards while you're saving up for a deposit. If the house price rises, your investment portfolio should grow faster too, helping you keep pace as the deposit bar is raised. Like the rest of this training or concept, it's only a general observation and not a specific recommendation, especially considering how biased I am towards multifamily investments. So let's discuss the rewards. Property investments provide a return in two main forms: one, rental income, and two, capital appreciation. Rental income and capital appreciation are very different investment objectives. Rental income is earned by letting the property to a short-term tenant, renting it out over a period of time. Capital appreciation is only realized as a cash gain when a property is sold, typically after enhancing its value through development, extensions, or redecoration in some cases. We call this forced appreciation, value add. Investing in land is seen as more speculative because an unused parcel of land does not generate income and it does not necessarily appreciate in the same way a cash flow investment would. Here are some of the risks to property. Property ownership brings several risks. As a landlord, you may be drawn into issues with troublesome tenants, damage, accidental or otherwise, void periods, and the mountains of red tape are an unfriendly tax regime. You can just look at the politicians and see how they feel about rental property landlords. Democrats hate us. The red side love us. So it's just lots of different issues come with being a landlord. Now, I love property, but I'm not blind to the fact. It can also be difficult to diversify yourself as a landlord due to the fact that you may not be able to afford to own more than one investment property to begin with. As an investor in property development companies, your investments could lose significant value in a downturn. The market value of British Land, a diversified real estate investment trust, or REIT, as we call them in investing, lost 2/3 of its value during the financial crisis, which began in 2007. The common phrase, "as safe as houses," conveys a sense that property asset class has a degree of security which others do not. This paints a misleading picture. If you look at the UK house price graph, you'll see that at the time of the writing, when I was writing this a while back, UK house prices have actually not ever recovered to the 2007 price level when inflation was taken into account. Now, the UK has actually improved and come a long way. And the same with a lot of the inner states of the United States. If you look at the Midwest, it's basically, they're still kind of right where the UK is. They haven't really improved. Liquidity. This is another issue for real estate. And even though I love this asset class, I have to be honest with you, property is very difficult to transfer between two parties, owning to the multitude of factors that make each property unique. Again, location, location, location. Banks, surveyors, conveyance solicitors, And sometimes planning permission departments and councils, city councils, government will sometimes all need to be involved to simply let a single house change hands. This can lend to orderly house sales taking between 2 to 6 months to fully complete. And that is pretty much the average. We say anywhere between 2 to 6 months, sometimes 3 to 6 months. It's been a little while since I've closed on something in 2 months, although sometimes we do it with hard money. High transaction costs, such as taxes, making sure that the appraisals are taken care of, real estate agent fees can go in excess of 5%, 6% of the property value, which further discourages trade. Properties can be sold expediently to house buying companies or through auctions. However, this speed will come at the expense of not achieving the full market price. House buying companies need to make a profit margin on the resale of the property, and auction bidders will discount the property to cover unidentified risks or issues that may need redemption. As a company that acquires real estate, that's true. I'm always buying at a discount, and we're constantly looking for those opportunities. And if a seller says that they're in a rush to close, we know we're getting a check. We call them motivated sellers. We pride ourselves on servicing their need, which is fast cash. And in that price of fast cash, we get a nice discount, somewhere between that 5 to 20% range. I hope this is valuable. Learn more about real estate investing at alchemistnation.com. And if you want to register for some of our online events, you can go to alchemistnation.com/events. Every Saturday, I talk about the 52 weeks to wealth. And the 52 weeks of wealth will help you get your portfolio, your investment strategy to the next level, including your business. You can learn more about that at alchemistnation.com/live. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best.